Hi everyone, Missy here from MD Glass Creations, and this video is step 3 of your tutorial for the most part, and I'm going to show you how to either attach a hook or a stake. This particular video is going to be the stake because we're making the mushroom Suncatcher into a plant stake that can be either placed outside or placed in your home inside of a plant that you have at the home. So the first thing you're going to do is you should already have your piece completed and it should be completely soldered. I am going to take my flux brush and I am going to flux the end of the stake that was sent in your kit. You're then going to take a little bit of solder if you don't have any on the end of your soldering iron tip, and you're going to briskly rub over top of the end of the stake until it starts to take solder. And as you can see, the copper has now, or the outside of this rod has turned to a solder color, the silver solder color versus the actual copper. You're then going to decide which side of the project is your front and which side is your back, because you're going to want to place your stake on the back of your project and not the front of your project. So in this case, I kind of like this side better, so I'm going to turn it over and I am going to put my stake on this side. You need to be very careful when you are attaching a stake to a project, as the stake will, the metal of the stake will heat up as you go along, so you kind of need to make this happen as quickly as you can, which is the reason that we go ahead and have this, get the stake to take solder before we try to attach it to our project. And what I have is just a little bit of solder on the end of my soldering iron tip, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to touch it to the seam here of the Suncatcher, and as you can see, it's on there at this point, but I don't feel like it's on there enough to keep it there for many years to come, so I'm going to take and add a little bit more solder also to the other end, trying to make it as pretty as I can make it. This always needs to be done in a seam. And as you can see in this particular project, I have placed the solder in the seam of the mushroom here, and I have not only attached it down here at the bottom. If I tried to attach this rod just here to the bottom, at some point in time, this copper foil here, even though it's been soldered to the project, will tear away from the project and it will actually remove the stake, and so you would then just have a project without a hanger or a stake of some sort. You could also tack it right here if you wanted to, but in this case you can see that it's on there pretty good, so I'm not going to also tack it there. If you have any questions or you need help finishing up your project, you can contact us through our website at www.mdglasscreations.com, or you can contact us via our email address at info.mdglasscreations.com.